Hello there. Just finished swimming. Probably have some sunscreen left on. It's Flyday. Flyday. Flyday on a Monday. Okay, here we go. Michael Weiner, Inside My Head. So I had a thought. What a surprise. Need food. Need to eat, but I'm going to do this. We're going to knock this out. Knock it out of the ballpark. So what are we talking about? Divine justice? That could be a good topic. Another good topic could be the body movement, posturing tells your whole life story. Maybe we can do both. Alright, let's start on the body movement one. Sensei Nishiyama's assistant, Aiko-san, would watch us doing kata during karate class, and she would say, ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. You could just see, they're like fish on a chopping block. You could see their whole life story in a few movements. And Sensei Nishiyama would say, when people would come and test, that for when they got up to where they started their kata for the test, he could just see how they walked to the position, and he knew exactly how everything was going to go. He could give them a pass or fail just in a few steps. Trained eye. Trained everything. But it shows, because your whole movement, belief system, culture, attitude, everything shows in your body, period, in your body. You know, if you puff out, Americans have a very militaristic body posture. Other cultures have a different. So the culture affects you, your family, your belief system, everything, and how you move. And so you could just look at them and see the whole life right there, and then how to help them, because Sensei would say karate is for human development. And here Sensei would always, knead us like dough, like push us here, move us here, and so you're getting hard, soft, slow, fast, quick, easy, so. And then especially when you're super tired, that's when you just actually drop all your resistance, pretenses, everything, because it takes energy to keep those in place, actually, which is a funny thing. If you let that go, then you actually have more energy, because it takes energy to hold that in place. Yes, I must learn that lesson myself. A lot of things take energy, but when you're tired out, then you don't have the energy for it. Then you realize how much energy it really takes to do these things, because you're just too tired to have the energy for it. So that's a good place to be. And then, we were talking about, and especially in martial arts, you need to look at your opponent in a second and know everything about them, how they move, punch, breathe, this, that, So that's kind of a training, but it's also a lot of other people. It's helpful. I personally like to look at a person and imagine the animal that they are, and how that animal moves and how they move. And there are correlations between the animals, and we're animals, so what do you know? Like the bull personality is going to be like, the more fluid personality is going to have a different flow to them. And it's a fun game. Try it sometime. So we still have time here. We have time, so we could talk about divine justice time. Divine justice. Can you get away with anything? Is it possible? It depends. Who are you asking? If you're asking, if you're asking the law, well, if you don't get caught, then I guess you got away with it, right? So if you play by those rules, then you got away with it. If you are having an affair and your wife doesn't, quote, find out, then you got away with it if you play by those rules. But if you play by a different understanding, that maybe all your actions, that's a head movement, all 360 degrees in 360 degrees, then maybe you don't get away with anything, nothing. Even thoughts, we're going to have a thought police soon, affect you. So, who was it? Rumi said that if you do have an affair or cheat on your spouse, then you become the pimp for that spouse. Which, I don't know if it's his day they had a lot of pimps running around. And maybe I got the terminology a little confused, or the words. But the basic concept is that if you do something like that, then you set up the other person, and forgetting what you do for the other person, how it affects you, how it shades your aura, clouds your vibrations, harms your health. Because unless you're a total psychopath, and then it may still affect you, but if you have no remorse or no thought or no hiding or nothing in there, then maybe it doesn't really affect you. I haven't encountered that. I would believe that it would, but I'm not certain on that. But for those of us that are not, it affects you when you hide anything. Where do you hide that? Where is it hidden? Is it hidden down inside your stomach? Is it in your shoulder? Is it in your head? And then the longer you hide it, what happens to it? Does it just get dusty and hidden and lose mobility? And then all of a sudden you have this hidden, dense, numb spot inside of you? Is that where it's hidden? So maybe hiding things aren't such a good idea. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. What do you think? And so then you don't necessarily get away with it because it shows to a person who knows how to read that language. It shows on you. It shows. It's clear as day. If it's a clear day, of course. Which it is. It just rained here, and now it's so clear and beautiful because it can't rain all the time. I like that song. I used to, can't rain all the time, da-da, from The Crow, Jane Seabury. That was good. I used to sit and listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over because it was raining all the time, and I'd be like, no, she says it can't rain all the time. It can't rain all the time. I'm like, it's raining all the time. Okay, where were we? We were back. We were talking about, you can't hide it. So there are laws above the laws that you maybe follow. So lots of religions and things try to preach these laws, but they're just put on you, like, follow these laws from the outside. And that's helpful, I think, for a lot of people because it shows them the clean life, but it's always outside put on you. It's better to digest in and then let it come out because you have the full understanding of it and how it works rather than do or don't do this, because that also has an effect which may not be the effect you're looking for upon yourself, because you're just listening and following. And then if you're listening and following to that, then possibly somebody else could come along and you listen and follow to what they have to say, because if you're just a listen follower, but that's okay, some people are just listen followers, as they say in the Matrix. I forget what they say in the Matrix. Oh, if you aren't free, you're a agent, I think. Matrix has some great lines. So that's because you're still under the control of the system, because you follow that unless you free yourself. But it's hard to free yourself. How do you free yourself? Free me, please. So did I talk enough about that? Yeah, because I need to get some food. Thank you for listening to me talk here. I am Michael Weiner. That's Indy. Hi, Indy. Michael Weiner. Inside my head. Thank you for sharing this time with me.